welcome to today's episodes of the Exam Blueprint series. Now, for the Exam Blueprint series, what we are going to do is to collect topic by topics and then analyze them. For instance, let's say Chem 101, the first topic is the word matter. We collect it, analyze everything about matter, the properties of matter, the composition of matter, etc. So, let's begin. As the name implies, when we hear of the word matter, what comes to our mind? We are often inundated with the fact that matter is anything that has mass and occupy space. Now, if you say that you are correct, why some people may be so confused to use the word weight for the definition, like matter is anything that has weight and can occupy space. Of course, matter is not anything that has weight. There is a discrepancy between mass and weight. Now, what is the difference between mass and weight? Now, mass is the amount of substance or the quantity of substance in a body, while the weight is the force of gravity that is acting on the mass. So, mass is quantity, weight is a force. Hence, you can't use or you can't define matter as anything that has weight and occupies space, rather as anything that has mass and occupy space. So, having defined matter as that, anything that has mass and occupy space, let's look at the composition of matter. Now, matter is composed of three parts, which are elements, compounds, and mixtures. The elements, the compounds, and the what? And the mixture. Now, what is an element? From the definition, most of us know that the element is a substance that cannot be split into simpler substances. Kudos. That is the definition of an element. But element can be split now from radioactive decay and radioactivity. Are we getting it? But that is the archaic definition of what? An element. Any substance that cannot be splitted into further substances is what? An element. Now, example of elements are sodium, aluminium, magnesium. Then what other one again? Silicon. Some of you are thinking now vanadium. Then what other one again? Scandium, titanium, americium. Then we have millennium. That is not an element. Don't go and think that is an element. That's not an element. So, having discussed this, any substance that cannot be splitted into further substance is known as an element. We've discussed examples of elements we have. Now, let's look at substance. Let's look at compounds rather. What are compounds? Now, when two elements, let's say sodium and chlorine, are joined together in a fixed proportion. Now, take note of the word fixed proportion. In a fixed proportion, a compound is formed. So, whenever elements such as sodium, chlorine are joined together in a fixed proportion, compounds are formed. So, in other words, compounds are formed when two or more elements are joined together in a fixed proportion. That is to say that they are chemically joined together. And because they are chemically joined together, you can't separate them by physical means. Of course, you can't separate them by physical means. So any substance at all, or when two or more elements join together to form, or that they are joined together chemically, a compound is formed. Let me take it again. When two or more elements are joined together, for example, sodium and chlorine joined together by chemical means, a compound is formed. Now, compounds are electrically neutral. We should know that. Compounds are what? Electrically neutral. That is to say, they are not positively charged and they are not what? Negatively charged. So that is that for compound. Examples of compounds are sodium chloride. Then what other one again? Sodium hydroxide. What other one again? Water. Water. The water you drink is what? A compound. What other thing again? Then we have camphor. It's a compound. Then what other thing again? So many other things. They are what? Compounds. Anything H2SO4, HNO3, which is nitric acid, then tetraoxosulfate 6 acid, all those are what? Compounds, because they comprise of one or more, or they are comprised of two, not one, two or more elements that are chemically joined together. Having listed this as compounds, we say matter are classified into three categories. We've discussed elements, we've discussed compounds, and now the last one is what? Mixtures. What are mixtures? Now, mixtures are also like compounds, but the difference is in mixtures, they are not joined chemically together. They are not joined what? Chemically what? Together. And because they are not joined chemically together, one can easily what? Separate them by physical means. Because they are not joined chemically together, one can easily separate them by physical means. In other words, mixtures comprises of two or more compounds or two or more substances or elements that are joined together not in a fixed proportion. It mustn't be in a fixed proportion, and hence can be what? Can be easily separated by physical means. For example, solution of sodium chloride in water. That means salt and water is a mixture. You can separate them. How? By what? Heating. If you heat it, the water will evaporate, and then what happens to the salt? The salt will remain. So that is how to separate what? By physical means of mixtures. So we've discussed the three classification of matter. We say we have elements, we have compounds, and we have mixtures. While elements cannot be split into different substances, compound comprises of two elements chemically joined together in a fixed proportion, while mixtures comprises of two or more substances that are joined together by physical means, and hence can be separated by physical means, if we want to take it like that. Now let's look at some terms that can be used to describe compounds and mixtures. We have binary mixtures. As the name implies, binary mixtures comprises of what? Two substances. Comprises of how many substances? Two substances that are joined together. For example, water is a substance of its own. Then sodium chloride is another substance of its own. Now, when you join water and sodium chloride together, water and sodium chloride together, what happens? A binary mixture is what? Formed, which is a mixture of what? Salt and what? Water. Salt is one substance. Water is another substance. Joining them together, you form what? Two, which is what? Bi. So whenever two substances join together, we have a binary mixture. Is that clear? So now let's look at binary compounds. Now, binary compounds comprise of two elements chemically joined together. Two elements that are chemically joined together in such a way that they cannot be separated by what? Physical means. For example, compounds containing sodium and chlorine. Sodium and chlorine, they are all binary compound. Hydrogen chloride, they are binary compound. Can't you see? Hydrogen and what? Chlorine. Two atoms or two elements joined together. Then we have what other one do we have again? Sodium hydroxide is not binary. Why is it not binary? Because sodium hydroxide comprises of sodium, oxygen, and what? Hydrogen. Hence, it's not a binary compound. Is that clear? So I believe we've been able to distinguish or find the discrepancy between binary compounds and binary mixture. While binary mixture deals with two different substances coming together like water and hydrogen, sodium chloride, binary compounds comprise of two elements coming together. For example, sodium and what? Chlorine. Now, having discussed this, then we have ionic compounds. What are ionic compounds? Ionic compounds are compounds that are formed from what? Electrovalent bond or from ionic bond. As time progresses, we know what electrovalent bond is and what ionic bond is. even though both of them are worked together. I believe you must have learned this in your previous years in secondary school, but as time advances we'll be able to what distinguish between them. Example of ionic compound is what? HCl, which comprises of hydrogen and a more electronegative chlorine atom. Now we have molecular compounds. Now molecular compounds are compounds that are formed by covalent bond. They are compounds that are formed from what? Covalent bond. Example of molecular compound is what? Methane. Methane is CH4. Methane is CH4. Methane is a molecular compound. Reason being that it's formed from covalent what? Interaction. So any kind of compound that is formed from covalent interaction, such kind of compound is a molecular compound. Is that clear to us? Any compound that is formed from covalent interaction is known as a molecular compound. Now, we've talked about ionic compound, we've talked about molecular compound, we've talked about binary compound. Now let's look at homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. As the name implies, homo means what? Just one physical phase. A homogeneous mixture is a mixture that has elements or that has a distinct composition throughout. Homogeneous mixtures are mixtures that have distinct composition what? Throughout. For example, blood, urine. That is the reason why you don't need to take different sample of your blood from one part of your body. It gives what? It gives the general composition of the blood in your body. So homogeneous mixtures are those mixtures that have a distinct composition throughout. Your blood is an example. Your urine is an example. For example, they can't say your urine in this part of your body is different from the urine in your ear. It doesn't even sound right. Or the blood in your hand is more concentrated than the blood in your leg. It doesn't work like that because they have distinct composition what? Throughout. Are we getting it now? So homogeneous mixtures are those mixtures that have distinct composition throughout, and hence they have the same what? Physical phase. While heterogeneous mixtures are those mixtures that do not have a distinct composition throughout. That means to say they don't have a definite composition throughout. Example of heterogeneous mixture rather is seawater. The seawater does not have a distinct composition throughout. Why? Because in that seawater you may see, let's say in this part of the water, salt is inside, this part of the water sand, this part of the water different things. Are we getting it now? Such kind of a mixture is known as what? Is known as heterogeneous. As the name implies, hetero means what? Different things, while homo means what? One thing. So homogeneous mixture have a uniform composition throughout. Example of homogeneous mixtures are we have the blood and what? Urine. Example of homogeneous heterogeneous mixture, you have what? We have the seawater and what? Air. Air is a heterogeneous mixture of what? Different gases. Are we getting it now? So that is that. Now let's look at, I believe we've looked at